Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. WWE superstar Jade Cargill was the victim of a dangerous ambush several weeks ago. The Storm was attacked ahead of the Survivor Series and has yet to return, while Bianca Belair and Naomi are trying to hunt down the attacker. Interestingly, however, Chelsea Green could be Cargill's mystery attacker and lose the Women's United States Championship as soon as she is exposed. The Hot Mess and Piper Niven have ambushed several wrestlers in the ring and the women's locker room. A few weeks before the attack on Jade Cargill, Chelsea Green and Niven were part of a fatal four-way Women's Tag Team Championship match where they failed to overcome the reigning champs Bianca Belair and Cargill. Additionally, when Michin defeated the Canadian superstar in WWE's first-ever women's dumpster match, Green was discriminated against by almost everyone. Most importantly, Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill led the front in actively targeting Green and saying she smells. Thus, the inaugural Women's United States Champion could have been behind the vicious ambush on Jade Cargill. If this is true and the Stamford-based promotion finds out, there is a possibility that the company could strip her of the U.S. title. While this is a possible action Triple H and Nick Aldis can take, all of this is speculation. Although several clues point towards Chelsea Green, the whole WWE universe is her alibi. They saw her fighting her U.S. title qualifier when Jade Cargill was attacked. Bianca Belair was competing alongside the Hot Mess then and had to abandon the match to see her tag team partner. This leaves out Piper Niven, who could have carried out a solo attack on the Storm. Interestingly, however, the Scotswoman's attention was occupied by Mia Yim at the time. While Chelsea Green did benefit from the ambush on the former AEW star, two-time WWE Women's Champion Naomi also benefited from the attack. Moreover, her readily pitching herself as a replacement for Jade Cargill to hold the Women's Tag Team Championship has made several fans suspicious of her. The Glow could have become highly jealous of Cargill owing to Bianca Belair choosing the Storm over her as her tag team partner. This is especially true when the EST of WWE was friends with the Samoan wrestler before befriending the 32-year-old. It would be interesting to see who was behind the bloody attack on the Storm. In a shocking turn of events on WWE SmackDown, a major storyline unfolded that would change the trajectory of one WWE superstar's career forever. The mystery surrounding the identity of Jade Cargill's attacker finally came to a head, revealing a plot twist that no one saw coming. What was initially a thrilling chase to discover the person responsible for putting the AEW star-turned-WWE superstar out of action became a pivotal moment that would not only shake the roster, but also alter the future of a prominent champion. Background and build-up. For weeks leading up to the big reveal, WWE fans were left in suspense. After Jade Cargill debuted on WWE television, she quickly became a dominant force on the SmackDown roster. Her athleticism, charisma, and sheer strength made her a threat to everyone in the women's division, and her rise was well documented. However, things took a darker turn when, just days before her highly anticipated title match, Cargill was viciously attacked backstage, leaving her unable to compete for the coveted SmackDown Women's Championship. The attack was brutal and deliberate, and while WWE officials had their suspicions, no one could figure out who was behind it. The mystery only deepened as weeks went by. Every week, a new clue or a cryptic message would surface on social media, leading fans and superstars alike to speculate wildly about who could have been responsible. Fans created their own theories, and wrestlers like Charlotte Flair, Bayley, and Asuka all played mind games with the WWE universe, planting seeds of doubt about who the culprit might be. The mystery served as an anchor for SmackDown's storytelling, intertwining with the various feuds on the roster. But what no one expected was that the solution would come in the form of a shocking betrayal, one that would rock the SmackDown women's division to its core. The suspicion and the red herring. The initial suspicions pointed towards several SmackDown stars. Fans speculated that it could be someone from the roster who felt threatened by Cargill's meteoric rise. The first logical choice was Charlotte Flair, given her long-standing position as one of the top women's wrestlers in WWE. After all, Charlotte had been at odds with multiple challengers in the past and was known for using underhanded tactics to maintain her dominance. Another name that came up was Bayley. Since returning to WWE, Bayley had been the subject of various feuds with new and established talent, and it wouldn't have been a stretch for her to sabotage Cargill's chances at taking over the division. Bayley had a well-established history of using tactics to get under the skin of her opponents, and many thought she might have been responsible for the attack. However, as the weeks wore on, other potential attackers surfaced. Asuka, whose enigmatic persona had made her a wild card in any situation, was also suspected of being the culprit. Her cryptic behavior and her desire to remain at the top made her a prime suspect in the minds of many fans. Despite all the speculation, WWE kept the identity of the attacker a secret, leaving fans on the edge of their seats every week. The mystery became a driving force behind SmackDown's viewership, and WWE leaned into the drama of the unknown, creating compelling storylines around the potential attackers. It seemed as though every week, another piece of the puzzle would fall into place, but the attacker remained elusive, hiding in plain sight. The shocking revelation, the moment of truth, came during a tense SmackDown segment. The ring was filled with a series of women's contenders, all fighting for the top spot, all vying to become the next in line for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Jade Cargill had been cleared to return, and she was ready to make her comeback and take what was rightfully hers, the championship. However, as Cargill made her way to the ring, a familiar face appeared on the Titantron, and it left everyone in a state of shock. A video package was shown detailing the attack on Cargill. It showed the assailant in shadow, the attack coming from behind, and the viciousness of the assault. But then the camera zoomed in, revealing a detail that no one could have predicted. The attacker's identity was none other than the reigning SmackDown Women's Champion, Liv Morgan. For weeks, Liv Morgan had been portrayed as the lovable underdog, the passionate champion who fought hard for every inch of success. Her victory in capturing the title had been celebrated by the WWE Universe. She was everything that Cargill wasn't: small, scrappy, and unpredictable. Liv's rise to the top had come through sheer willpower, but beneath the surface, a more sinister side of her character had been lurking. It was revealed that Liv Morgan had attacked Jade Cargill to prevent her from claiming the SmackDown Women's Championship, seeing her as a massive threat to her reign. Morgan had long struggled with the pressure of being champion, and deep down she had always feared that someone stronger and more dominant would come along and take her spot. Jade Cargill was that person. The attack on Cargill was Liv's way of maintaining her grip on the title. It was a dark and calculated move that not only showcased her willingness to do anything to keep the gold, but also revealed a side of Liv that had been hidden behind her good girl persona. The fans were stunned. This wasn't the Liv Morgan they thought they knew. The fallout: Liv Morgan's title defense. The fallout from Liv Morgan's shocking betrayal was immediate. As soon as the revelation came to light, WWE officials scrambled to address the situation. SmackDown General Manager Adam Pearce was quick to call an emergency meeting to determine the fate of the championship. The WWE Universe was in disbelief, and the social media landscape was buzzing with reactions. Fans, analysts, and fellow superstars alike took to their platforms to express their shock and disbelief. The decision was made quickly. Liv Morgan would be forced to defend her SmackDown Women's Championship against none other than Jade Cargill at the next pay-per-view event. The stakes were high. If Cargill won, she would become the new champion, and Liv Morgan would be stripped of her title and her reputation as a champion. The match itself was a spectacle. Cargill, fueled by rage and a desire for justice, entered the match with a sense of vengeance. She had been targeted by Liv Morgan for weeks, and now it was her chance to claim what was rightfully hers. Morgan, on the other hand, had to defend the title in front of the very fans she had deceived, knowing that the revelation of her attack on Cargill had forever tarnished her image. The match was hard-fought, with both women showing incredible resilience and athleticism. Liv Morgan fought to keep her title, pulling out all the stops, but Jade Cargill was a force to be reckoned with. Cargill's raw power, combined with her unrelenting desire to get even, proved to be too much for Morgan to handle. In the end, Jade Cargill emerged victorious, pinning Liv Morgan to claim the SmackDown Women's Championship. The crowd erupted in cheers as Cargill stood tall in the center of the ring, her moment of redemption finally realized. Liv Morgan, meanwhile, was left to reflect on her actions and the cost of her betrayal. As she sat on the mat, defeated and broken, the championship was stripped from her, not just physically, but emotionally and psychologically as well. The impact on Liv Morgan's career. Liv Morgan's career would never be the same after this shocking turn of events. No longer seen as the fan-favorite champion, Liv now carried the heavy burden of her betrayal. The fans who once cheered for her were now disgusted by her actions, and her credibility as a top-tier talent was forever compromised. In the weeks following her loss of the title, Liv Morgan found herself at a crossroads. She could either lean into the dark side of her character, embracing the villainous persona she had adopted in the attack on Cargill, or she could try to redeem herself and regain the trust of the WWE Universe. Her journey would likely be one of self-discovery, as she navigated the fallout from her actions. There was also the possibility of a retribution angle, where Liv Morgan would attempt to get back at Cargill, leading to a series of intense personal matches between the two. However, regardless of where her story went, one thing was clear: Liv Morgan's time as champion was over, and she would have to fight her way back from the bottom. The rise of Jade Cargill. For Jade Cargill, this victory marked the beginning of a new era in the women's division. She was not just a dominant force, she was now the face of the SmackDown Women's Championship. Cargill's story was one of perseverance, overcoming obstacles, and seizing her moment. She had been targeted by one of the most cunning and deceptive women on the roster, but in the end, she stood victorious. As the SmackDown Women's Champion, Cargill was poised to take the division by storm, with challengers lining up to dethrone her. Her reign, built on strength and resolve, would undoubtedly be one of the most dominant in recent memory. In the end, the SmackDown Women's Championship was more than just a title. It was a symbol of triumph over adversity, and Jade Cargill had proven that she was the champion who could withstand anything thrown her way. Conclusion. The story of Liv Morgan's betrayal and Jade Cargill's rise to the top will be remembered as one of the most shocking and dramatic storylines in recent WWE history. The shocking reveal of Morgan as Cargill's attacker completely shifted the dynamics of the SmackDown Women's division, and Cargill's subsequent title win solidified her as one of the most powerful women in WWE. Meanwhile, Liv Morgan now faces a battle to reclaim her reputation and career, marking a turning point in her career that could either see her redemption or further descent into darkness. The WWE Universe is left with one burning question: what will come next for these two formidable women? Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our WWE official YouTube channel for more update news.